Hey everybody, Beast. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Scottyallenday. Have you ever thought about how people raised you when you grew up? Have you ever thought about the things that people did to be able to distract you from their attention when you wanted to be able to do something else? Well, today we're talking a little bit about YouTube becoming a babysitter. Now, throughout history, different things became babysitters. And for just that particular reason. So back up in the 80s when I grew up, there was a lot of people that had thousands of movies. And they would basically make them sit there and watch marathons of movies. There was arts and craftsy parents that had all kinds of books where they could be able to do all kinds of different arts and crafts. Sitting at the table, make a mess, but then they get tired of it. So the 80s rolled in and we ended up with the video game consoles. Now the video game consoles started to become very popular because, yeah, it consumed a lot of time. However, there was a break-in period. So I would say probably about the late 80s, the video game consoles became babysitters. Because while I grew up, when it was summertime, well, even a weekend, it was a really nice day. And it was above 60 degrees outside. They would have our butts out of bed at 7 a.m. We'd be down at the breakfast table, eat our cereal, watch Saturday morning cartoons, and 10 o'clock, they shoved us out the door. Unsupervised. We did whatever we wanted to do. If we wanted to take our bikes off our bike ride, we'd just tell them we're going to go for a bike ride. You know what? We went everywhere. We knew our neighborhoods front and back. We knew everybody by name in our neighborhoods. We lived in the suburbs. But the thing was, we had a dog. We played all day with the dog. We had a swing set. We played with the swing set. And we had a big clubhouse with, I think it was like 30 old tires in it. But man, you want to talk about an imagination when you have 2 boys and 30 tires. We played courthouse, we made tunnels with the tires. We try and stack them as high as we possibly can. We made tables with it, we did tables and chairs with it. We even peed in them. And then we threw them outside because they stunk, so we waited till the rain to clean them out. Yeah, but don't say, oh, that was disgusting, you were gross kids. Well, you know what? Any kid that had tires in their yard, any kid that had something like that, they peed in it. We walked down to the river, we went fishing. We'd come right back from the river, 3 miles away. Take our bike and we'd go for about a 2.5 mile bike ride. Not once did our parents worry about it. We had a neighbor that had a big field and all kinds of jumps and whoop-de-doos and pitfalls and a big old tire swing that went over the whole top of it. Man, we go and we spend about 2, 3, 4 hours before one kid got hurt and injured, and so the parents kind of banned us from going there, but we always snuck in, we played there anyways. Then there was a big old woods with a big old trail and broken bottles and broken glass all over everywhere because, well, it was a gully, it was a ditch. It was an old trail. Basically a garbage dump. And we played back there all the time, and there was one summer that inside of one of the big, I guess it was a sewer vent, that there's a massive wasp nest in there. We always loved to throw rocks into it. And we always took rocks and we threw them down, and we liked to hear the echoes and we liked to shout. And all of a sudden, we had a swarm. There was me and about 5 other kids and my brother. We were all on bikes. Man, that swarm came after us and we went flying back down to my house. About a half mile away. My brother and, I mean, we must have got stung 100 times. But man, it was so much fun. And that swarm was still following us by the time we got back down to the house. But then all of a sudden, they just vanished. Too far from the hive. But we learned from it. We learned all of our lessons from it. We climbed from trees, we dangled. I had a big old pine tree that I climbed so high in that pine tree that pine tree would sway. All the way up the top. Hide and seek everywhere. Yeah, we had to mow the lawn, pull weeds in the garden, but that was our babysitter. We learned a lot from it. But here's the problem today is, well, video games, number one, became a major babysitter. Number two, and I've seen it with my brother and my nephew, well, the tablet and YouTube. But the problem is with a tablet and YouTube is, well, we don't know, we wouldn't know what they're watching. Because a lot of these videos are 3, 4, 5 minutes long. And with 3, 4, 5 minutes long, well, it makes it difficult to know what they're watching. So if it's difficult to find out what they're watching, we can't monitor what they're doing. And then anytime something blows up in their face by saying people were radicalized by a video, or somebody's attitude changed because of a video, or their views have changed because of a video, it's not because of the kid. It's because the parents are handing them a tablet. Say, okay, we got our parental settings on it. You can watch anything that you want to watch. When the kid turns about 6 or 7, he knows how to set those settings. I mean, those aren't dumb kids. Boredom does everything to teaching a kid. Boredom does everything to radicalize a kid. So it's not necessarily that it is their fault, or YouTube's fault, or the creator's fault, that they lashed out and they did what they wanted to do. It's because of the parent that's letting YouTube be the babysitter. It's plain, point, simple. YouTube cannot be a babysitter. If you don't want them to watch it, you put your parental control settings on it. All the way up until my son turned 18, I have parental settings on his YouTube channel. I set it up with 2 passwords. I ended up with a report. I set it up to where I got a report of everything that he watched. He never went around them. I made sure that they were within reason. And as he got older, I loosened up some of the restrictions. But all the way up until he turned 18. Some of this stuff that was extreme, he never got a chance to get into. So that's the thing. You cannot let YouTube be a babysitter. You can't let video games be a babysitter. You need to be a parent and teach right from wrong. What do you think? Let me know in the comment section below. Give me a like if you like the video. Share with your family and friends. Hit that notification bell if you want to see any other videos. Till next time, keep on rocking.